Ever wonder how artists go from unknown to unforgettable? The University of Arts and Design just launched How Artists Become Known. It's a free seminar series, and we're starting with Van Gogh. Watch now at uad.education. Welcome to the Make and Design podcast. I'm Carina Gardner, and today we are going to be listening in on a new Masterclass series that I have going on at the University of Arts and Design YouTube channel. I think you'll really enjoy it. Most of these Masterclasses include interviews or on-site visits to unique places, so I hope you enjoy this. If you want to start an art or design business, most people think they have already what they need. They think they have taste, which many of them do. They have a great eye for things. Maybe they understand some of the software skills, but oftentimes they're missing a lot of different layers that don't make it so that they can move forward. Most of the time, it's not skill that stops people because they can go learn the Adobe products for their software. They can learn how to watercolor and they really enjoy that. It's not the creativity part that is the problem. It's typically that most people don't know what they don't know. They don't know where to sell something. They don't know how to sell something. They don't know how long it will take to sell something. And oftentimes they don't understand how to build a personal brand around it. And what's even more infuriating is that the design world has changed more in the last 5 years than ever before. What worked in 2019 or 2015 absolutely will not work now. And even as I've been educating over the last several years, I have found that we are having to restructure the way that we teach, and things that we used to not have to do, we have to do now. Let me give you an example of it. When I first started teaching building your own design business, we really relied on online platforms in order to make money. You still get a lot out of online platforms because between SEO and keywords and tagging, you can have the algorithms help you out. But unfortunately, with AI and other types of technology, we have to build a brand around our artwork and our design work so that we can be seen and trusted. These are things that I absolutely didn't expect, and is really pivotal now that we as designers and artists need to be known for what we know how to do. It's not because AI is replacing you, it's because people trust other people. And when it comes to our artwork, we need to build a brand around it. Here's some of the things that the research actually shows. There was a study by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Design occupations are growing. And sometimes people are very distressed because they think there won't be design or art careers out there. That's actually not the case. But the income gap between freelancers and business owners are widening. Creative professionals who study business principles alongside design earn 40 to 60% more within 3 years. And that's a reference from AIGA Design Salary Survey Trends. The starving artist narrative is not inevitable. And I hate the starving artist myths, but it's typically a knowledge gap, not a talent gap. And when you consider that a lot of us have a lot of great talent, we're artists, we're designers, we're really great, but very often there's a big knowledge gap on what you actually have to do, maybe updates in the software, maybe updates in AI or technology that you're not getting because you're just not in the know or you haven't been working on it. That's a really big deal. At the University of Arts and Design, we have specifically tried to work on this last one, and that is that most design education still teaches craft only. When I went to get my master's degree and my PhD, the focus, of course, was on research at those graduate levels, but most of the actual design part was still very much based on skill level related to the craft. Business literacy is treated as this optional thing, and that's something that we really wanted to fix at the University of Arts and Design. Let's talk about 3 things that no one wants to tell you. The first one is your portfolio is not your business. Everyone's going to tell you that your portfolio is the only thing that matters. Your portfolio is what matters if you walk into a corporate office and they're going to hire you based on your portfolio. If you're going to own a business, then your portfolio needs to be a working portfolio. That means it needs to be making you money. That means that if it's sitting statically on a website somewhere, it's not making you money and it doesn't matter as much as you think. Number 2 is pricing is a design skill. How you package and position your work matters. And sometimes it can be as important as the work itself. Number 3 is that the market does not reward the most talented designer. And I know that is a hard one for some of you who are extremely talented and you don't understand why someone is doing better than you, even though their artwork isn't nearly as good as yours. What the market does reward is the most visible and the most trusted designer and artist. So you've got to find new ways in order to make that happen. And that is what your business should revolve around. Okay, we are going to talk about 3 gaps. These gaps will help you understand better about what you're missing to help you move forward. The first one is the skill gap. The skill gap, I always talk about it as software mastery, and it's actually what makes design a very interesting place to be. When you have the skills to work in the software, because they're not complicated, but they do take time to learn, to understand, and become faster in, there is usually a skill gap for the first barrier to entry into the design and art world. And yes, I'm even talking about artists who do physical art, oils, watercolors, acrylics, because we live in a digital world. We have to understand how to use the software to take that art and do different things with it. Part of the reason we started an MFA program at the University of Arts and Design. Gap number 2 is the business gap. That is foundational knowledge on running a business. What spreadsheets should I create? What dashboard should I have? How do I know whether I am tracking things correctly? How do I know if I'm making more money or less money? How do I know what platforms, what ways that I am doing things, those action steps are moving my business along? Gap number 3 is the visibility gap. Visibility is always a difficult thing for every artist, all the way from Picasso to Van Gogh to us in present day. We need to figure out who knows that you exist and why they should even care. Do you create something that is exciting for the customer to use? I want you to hear from someone who has been through this journey, who was really working hard to figure out how she could get visibility, get her skills up, and learn that business knowledge. So here's an interview I did with our very first graduate at the University of Arts and Design from our design certificate program, Katie Winn. Welcome, Katie. I'm super excited to have you here. So the cool thing is Katie was our very first graduate of our design certificate program, and you received all 4 certificates.
Yes.
Okay, so I would love for you to talk a little bit about your experience at the university, especially as our first graduate. Mm-hmm. Like, what did you love? What things did you really learn?
Well, absolutely loved learning how to use Illustrator. The beginning classes were just so foundational and so excellent that it really prepared me for the more advanced classes. And so that was really helpful because I had a little bit of experience with Illustrator, but I didn't really have any experience with Photoshop. And so those beginning classes were excellent foundation for the classes upcoming. And I absolutely loved the surface pattern design class, as you know. Mm-hmm. And color theory class, I really learned how the colors work together and how to mix your own colors, and just every art class that was offered, I learned something incredible. And I was very excited because I just learned things I hadn't made before or hadn't even considered making before. And then the business classes that go side by side, just again, the workflow class was just phenomenal. I loved it because I really learned how to organize my assignments because I wasn't working on my business at the time. And so I used that to organize my assignments. And the web design class was great to help me get my website up and running. Like every class I took helped me move forward in making a real business. And that's what I really loved about the program.
Yeah, I love that so much. So interestingly enough, I'm hearing this over and over again, especially after the second semester, because that's when you get your design mastery certificate. Mm-hmm. The number of students who have said, oh my gosh, I really know how to design and use the software now, has kind of blown my mind. Mm-hmm. Did you feel that after even 2 semesters?
I did. The final project for the Illustrator class just using everything I learned in that semester really helped me. With the surface pattern design class, I was able to move quicker. I learned all the shortcut keys, so I was like faster and like everything I tried to make just got a little bit faster. But the foundation with the just simple assignments like the ice cream cone, the bookmarks, the cards just really set you up to see like, oh, I can make. It doesn't have to just be one thing. It doesn't have to just be scrapbook paper or this. I can design cards. I can design bookmarks. I can design things that go on products, not just, this. It's great. And every single thing helps you set you up for a business.
You know that we, and you saw it in the coursework, you know that we specialize in design that really cares about you making products and being able to build a business.
Yeah.
Will you talk a little bit about how we integrated that even in classes that seemed like they were only design classes? You kind of mentioned it there, but we had classes that were technically design only classes where we forced you to build things that really were meant for a business and that we hoped that you would actually use.
Absolutely. Some of the assignments were making a sticker sheet, and I had never even considered making a sticker sheet. But after I created my sticker sheet, I thought, this is something that I could actually sell if this was the lane I wanted to go down. Sticker sheets, scrapbook paper, SVG files, again, that I had never even considered creating. And I was so happy when I made my final project because I planned it, I made it, I did it, and it was amazing.
It was amazing. I'm going to throw the picture up here of your final windmill because it was so cool.
Thanks.
Especially because you considered yourself a surface pattern girl.
Yes. And I even had a minute while I was in the class. I was like, ooh, maybe I'll do both because it was so much fun. It was so much fun to create those. And it was a different way of thinking. Like I'm thinking 3D items. Like how am I going to create this little ring around my windmill? How am I going to create this shape and make sure it like has the right amount of sides and looks like a windmill? And I didn't. I decided I'm going to stick to my goals, but it was absolutely just super fun. So fun to make.
I love that since graduation, you have kept going and you have taken some continuing ed classes because you were continuing with the capstone group because you wanted to keep building your business in our environment. But you've really done some very cool things. Will you talk a little bit about your business now and like how the classwork helped you?
Absolutely. So I currently have a quilt pattern writing business, and at first I was thinking, well, a lot of it doesn't relate to the quilt pattern writing business because I'm not designing quilt patterns in the courses. But the illustrator classes, the business classes, and the capstone project pushed me to make more patterns faster, even design more fabric collections so that I could show and post those and list them on Spoonflower and have products to show every week as I turned in assignments and prepared for the capstone presentation that we have to give. And coming out of the capstone, I had 4 quilt patterns made and three or four fabric lines that I could absolutely sell. Like they were prepared, they were ready to go, and everything about the capstone just push you to make your products and get them ready for sale. And I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that's interesting about being a university is that our goal is to teach you so that you are learning, that you're expanding your design work. And after you leave us, our goal is that you just keep working. And we don't know what it's going to look like. You guys know that we're like not trying to help you get licensing deals or those kinds of things, but you have actually been able to seek those things out.
Yes.
And I don't even know how much you're allowed to talk about it.
I don't either. So
So we'll have Katie back, but she like very soon after she's been able to get some incredible deals, and you said to me, there's no way I would have gotten these if I hadn't done this.
And I believe that because I don't know that one, I would have had the confidence in my skills. I could have tried and learned Illustrator on my own, and it would have taken me a very long time, and I probably would have gotten very frustrated and given up. And 2, you gave me the confidence that what I'm making looks good, right? And you've helped direct my creativity a little bit to help me. And Yeah, without this program, without earning these certificates, I just feel like they've given me credibility, but also a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
And could I have done it without you? Maybe, but it would have taken a lot longer. I would have struggled more trying to learn things, trying to figure out, okay, how do I pitch? How do I action that looks cohesive? And yeah, doing the certificate program, I just felt very prepared.
Yeah, that's incredible. I also love, even though you're not doing die cut design and some of the other products that we taught you to do, that you have a backup.
Yes. And who knows, I mentioned to you before that I could definitely see taking those SVG files and making applique patterns with them, using those to create appliques or other things that are related to my quilt patterns, and that can be easily swapped out, the motifs and the items that I make. There's other uses that I can see them being used for.
We love that about the student body too. I feel like you guys are constantly making connections that I wouldn't make, right? Because you'll be like, oh, we did this one product class here, and then we did this over here, and oh, if we put them together, we can come up with this type of product. And that really speaks to like you guys and your ingenuity as you're like trying to figure out how to run your businesses and trying to take what you've learned to build something new.
Yeah, it is cool. It's cool that, I don't know, I just never thought that it would, not that it was easy, but I always thought it would be too hard. And it isn't. Yeah. The classes they really do, like I said, prepare you to do whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
It's all up to you after the classes, right?
It is true.
It's up to me. Like, I can take the classes and I can learn, but I have to be the one who wants to take it the next step.
Yeah. Were you ever concerned about taking the business classes side by side with the design classes?
No, I actually really liked it because I didn't feel like it was very overwhelming. I feel like if it was 3 business classes all lumped together, it would have been a little bit more overwhelming for me. Even though the design and the art classes, they take time. I think if I had to take production and workflow and web design and what's another one?
I know, like web design, media, branding and media.
The branding and media.
Workflow.
I think I would have felt like, I don't feel like I'm being as creative, which there's a lot of creativity, especially in the branding one. But I really liked how they are, each semester is a mix of both. So that I feel like I am learning business stuff, but I'm also getting to use the creativity and art.
Yeah, that's really, really fun. Did you have any concerns before you started the program? Was there anything you were like, man, I don't know, like I know Carina, so Katie already knew me, but I don't know if this is going to be for me.
Well, honestly, I was just worried that my own skills were going to hold me back. I think that was my biggest worry, was what am I committing to? Am I going to be able to really use what I'm learning? And definitely did.
Yeah, that's so incredible. And you kind of pushed yourself forward. Did you feel like the faculty was really encouraging and wanting you to win?
I really did. They were really good at critiquing and replying and letting me know, like, especially if it was a business class or a paper, like how good it was, or I don't know. It was, yes, the feedback is very good. And everybody's encouraging, not just the faculty, like everybody in the classes is encouraging. Nobody is trying to one-up somebody else. Everybody is so happy and optimistic and positive about everybody else's projects. Everybody's style is different, which is really, I think, a huge part of it. Like, everybody can appreciate everybody else's style, but not feel like you're competing with them, and just really cheer each other on. But the faculty, for sure, very encouraging and helpful.
I love that. I do love a university atmosphere because of that collaboration, because you do feel like, oh, the other students, like, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And there's definitely that feeling in our student body. We also do things a little different. You know, most online colleges, you take a class, you never see your faculty members, you don't see your instructor. You just do the projects, you turn them in, and then you get a grade, and then that's it. How did you feel about the way that we ran our classes at the university?
I really liked that every week you could have an office hour with a faculty member, depending on what class it was, and ask them your questions, and they could screen share your work and help walk you through it so that you could just get it right the way you wanted it. Or if you're having a problem, you didn't understand something, they could show you how to do it. I think that was excellent.
And as we've kind of gone through this, you're going to see on our website, you can see like what we call them open class meeting times. And some classes meet every other week. Some classes meet once a month. But for the most part, you see your instructors. And if you're really struggling with something, they'll just meet with you. We have a number of instructors who will, professors, adjunct faculty who will just be like, oh, you're having an issue, let's jump into a call right now. And that's kind of the beauty of online, if you're doing it right, that you have professors who are really interested and engaged in your work, which is
they want your success.
Yeah.
I really feel like this program, you guys want successful students. You're not ignoring us. You really want us to succeed so that we can have successful businesses.
Yeah, it's so true. We do. We want you to win.
Know.
And so here's the thing. Katie can't tell you all the things she's doing right now. She does have a very successful sewing pattern business. She's doing all kinds of cool things in that business, but she's got some other deals going on. So Katie, where can they find you if they're like, oh, I want to see where Katie is now?
Yes. So my company name is a little long. It's Traditionally Modern Quilt Co., but my URL is www.tmqco.com. So it's shorter. And then I think on TikTok and Instagram, I'm katie.tmqco.
Yeah, we'll put those up here on the screen. So if you guys saw them, you can write them down. Go check her out. One of the things we like is we're following all of our graduates and watching their careers, seeing what they're doing. And so I would suggest, whether you're watching this two days after we post it or a month or a year after, go check out and see what our graduates are doing, because we're watching them continue to grow and learn. Thank you so much, Katie, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I love that interview with Katie because you learn so much about the educational gaps that you really have, and you don't even realize that you don't know. Here's the bottom line. There are ways to learn the business piece and get that visibility piece, and of course the skill piece, so that you are a great designer and artist. You're making those transitions so that you can learn how to do better, how to create something that lasts. And we do know that there is time involved, right? It takes time to create these things. The design business you want is absolutely possible. Usually you're just missing some kind of education that will get you there. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you want to learn more about the kind of education that we teach at the University of Arts and Design, where we integrate art, design, and business, you can learn more by going to uad.education. Hey, and if you love what we're doing, make sure and subscribe to the channel. We have all kinds of wonderful projects that the students are always doing, really fun events here on YouTube for the University of Arts and Design. I can't wait to see you soon.
Want to hang out more? Go to designsuitecourses.com/free to get our weekly freebies and patterns, die cut files, and more. Can't wait to see you there. I have a gift for you. My third book, The Intentional Design Year, is out, and I want to give you access to read it. To get the digital copy for 1 month for free, go to www.designsuitecourses.com/intentional. Make sure and do the www. Because for some reason, that's the only way it will work. Anyway, this will get you free access to read the book for an entire month. If you love it, you can always go to Amazon and get the whole book plus the prompt journal.